proprietary program called Avidimux 2, and it's an older version of it. And I found it. It was a YouTube video, and they had a link to a rapid share or something. And I downloaded it. What you have to do is essentially you need to well, I have I might have it as like a tutorial stream for my Patreons, but I can just tell you how it works. It's honestly really simple. What you have to do is first, in your video editing program of choice, you put two clips next to each other, like touching, and I mean, I'm not really sure if it works in all programs. I just do it with Premiere, but you just you put them touching each other and you export it as an MP4 with the H.254 codec, and then you open this program, this Avidimux 2. It's version 2.5.4. Has to be that because the future versions don't have the specific functions. Like for the configurations, you can't do it. You drag your sequence in, and then you go. You have to change it to this like XVID codec or something, and you configure it. And you change. There's this frame section. You set this iframe interval like to 99999, like the biggest number you can, and then you save that as like 1.avi. Then you reload the program, and there's this drop down. You take it and make it say copy, I think, yeah, and then you just drag like 1.avi in there, and then you just you go with the arrow keys, and you have to delete the iframes. There's two ways that I know how to data mosh. You delete the iframes, and then I think it just makes an iframe in between where like the clips are touching. So you delete that, and then it just if you save that, it does the thing where if there's a shot that's not moving and the next clip is something that is moving, it will take the pixels from the previous clip and move them with the new clip. So it looks like it's just a mesh that's moving. So that's how you do that. And then there's another way to do it. If you find like a P frame that's next to a B frame, because there's P, B, and I frames. If you find a P frame that's next to a B frame, you copy that and you paste it a whole bunch of times, and that's how you get like video that's just like copied, but it moves like upward, or whatever movement happened from the previous frame, it just moves it forward, which is what I did with when Noah like opened the book, and you see it just like moving like really strange for a moment, like 3 times. It's kind of complicated, but I feel like I can explain it like well enough in a tutorial stream.
All right.
That's pretty interesting, actually. I love data moshing. I use it for glitch art all the time.
Yeah, it's super cool. I love how it just fucking it's so easy to do now.
All right, let's move. We're chugging right along here. Josh will be up now.
All right. So first of all, I just wanted to say the video was great. I thought it was really, really well put together, and good work as always. I just wanted to say you're a really big inspiration for a lot of people on here, and you've given a lot of us the courage to make our own series and express ourselves artistically on our own. So I just wanted to say thank you for that to start off with.
Aw, make my cold heart warm.
What I wanted to ask was, when I started making my own stuff, I tried that whole conversation with yourself thing, and the first thing that stuck out was how difficult it was to actually make it seem like a believable conversation. Like the flow, when I did it, it seemed off, like it was robotic and it didn't seem human. So I wanted to know if you had any difficulties with that, if you had to do any reshoots after watching it, or anything like that.
Well, I didn't even have an opportunity to do reshoots because when he like secured that room in the art gallery, we only had like 2 hours before they closed, so we only had like a chance to do. It was like an hour, actually, an hour and 30 minutes, I think. We didn't have a lot of time, so I wasn't even sure we were going to get the shot. So I tried to do it all in one take for each side, like future and past. Now I tried to do it in one take, so I wouldn't have to. It would look way better if it's a take, because the spaces in between where Noah is talking, I can stretch those out or shrink them in any way I wanted to, and it would still look real, like one unbroken cut. But if I fuck up a line, which I did as future Noah like twice, I'd have to, and I had to, cut and like finagle my way into making it look like there was a glitch, or, you know, really, I think one of the best things to do if you do that kind of thing is to make it seem realistic, is know that the characters are like listening to each other, and sometimes they talk over each other, and having a realistic pause in between, like when one line ends and the other character's line begins, is very important to make it feel realistic. If it happens too quickly or if it's too long of a pause, it's just, you can tell that it doesn't seem right. But I think for the most part, I got it all sounding like a legit convo. Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, I thought it was really, really good. Even the body language in between, like the body language of the person who isn't speaking, even sort of matched up with it. So it was really believable. Was
yeah,
really
I kind of timed it out. I knew like what. That's why I had, like, for example, when I was pre Noah, when I was past Noah, and the script that I had in front of me, it had all of what had, for instance, when I was past Noah, the script in front of me would have past Noah's lines in big blue text, and future Noah's lines in small red text with the number next to it of how long I should wait before I speak. And as I counted between lines, I would recognize, and I knew in my head what action Noah should do. Like, for example, when future Noah is saying they're not trying to be cryptic to you, they're trying to be cryptic to them, I knew that he would be like, what? So I made him react in that way, and you can see it in the video. I'm proud of how that came out. But I just had in my head certain emotions, certain like motions that Noah would do. Another big thing that I fucked up on that was kind of, I guess, a boon, not really, was that when we filmed, I realized, oh shit, Noah would still have his arm wrapped up, because I didn't plan on doing that whole scene where he wraps the thing around the tree and then runs left and then runs back. I wasn't planning on doing that till the next episode. So I realized, okay, I'm going to quickly go out like the next day and film the bit where like Noah finds a Band-Aid, so it explains why he doesn't have the bandage on him anymore. Also, when Firebrand lifted his hand up, not Firebrand, fucking future Noah lifted his hand up and you saw the scar. That scar wasn't real. That was digital. I had like 2 dots on my hand that I just tracked this scar to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's much easier for me to do that instead of just having a prosthetic or just drawing on it with marker and it doesn't look real. I prefer doing things digitally. I have way more control.
Just actually slash your palm open, dude.
No, hurts.
Do it for the content.
No, hurts.
Oh, he actually made a joke about that once. He actually made that, like, saying that he slit his hand and it was worth it, but it was a joke.
Oh yeah, I did.
Blood Brothers.
Your boy was there for that.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for answering the question, Adam. You have a good night.
You too, sir.
Okay, so I guess now it's my turn, but I really don't have a question. I'm just going to say thank you, Adam, for what you do. We all appreciate all your hard work that you put in every single episode that you release.
Is it LaCroix or Lacry?
It's Lacry.
Short for
Like LaCroix, like the drink, like LaCroix.
Short
Well,
for the song.
No, it's banned. Whoever said that. No, it's short for Lacrimosa, which is a song.
Oh yeah,
that,
Lacrimosa.
Yeah.
I like that song.
Well, it's the one that it's with the Y is actually like the one Evanescence did. And that's what it refers to. Well, the original one is with the I. So yeah, I'm kind of.
I know
like
Lacrimosa
that.
from this one thing called what was it? Immediate Music. It's like this company that makes like trailer music, and one of their One of the things is Lacrimosa, and I liked it when I was a kid, and I found it. Is it immediate music?
It was
I wanna
immediate
find
music,
it. Yeah, I love that song. It's like, yeah, Lacrimosa Domine. It's one of my favorite trailer musics. It's so intense. I love it. I'm gonna post it. Where should I post it? What channel?
Voice and bots time, probably.
Yeah, I'll post it. Good shit.
Just put it in, we'll move forward. And all of you that are T's and Evanescence right now, I am gonna ban all of you. Lenses
Wake me
to the
up.
stars.
Hi.
Wake me up inside.
Hey,
Can't wake up.
none of that.
So, Adam,
Oh, is this
Save me.
on?
Who's up next? Lenses. You got a question. Oh shit, dude.
Yes, it was working, but then people talked over you.
Oh, hi. Okay.
I guess the channel I should be in is Voice and Bot Spam, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah, hi. I've already yelled at you on Facebook about how beautiful Rendezvous is, and again, thank you for creating such wonderful horror. But just to ask, how do you manage to keep the fear factor consistent?
I guess the best answer to that would be I'm the best at making Tribe 12 videos. I'm an expert at making Tribe 12 videos. So
Right, you are.
I see it in my head. Well, I mean, I've had this vision of this whole arc in my head since like at least 2012, 2013. And I've wanted to get it out for the longest time. I didn't want to skimp out on any bit of it. So it did take me quite a while to get it out, but I'm glad it came out as I wanted it. And then some. So yeah, I'm proud of what is become of it. But I guess to answer your question, I know what would spook me, and I just from a thematic standpoint, I know it works in terms of I guess boardwalks and Jumanji, and I just throw all these concepts in a blender and then I just drink it.
Well, it definitely works to spook us, so thank you, and thank you for everything.
Thank you.
so Adam. Okay, so just not a question, but just a fun fact. I discovered that there's actually a boy band called The Collective.
That's funny.
Oh my god, that's
Do they make Hellgaze music? What's their
I'm
genre?
now imagining
Like,
Boy band. They
Yeah.
go to a
boy
concert.
band.
just
Hold on,
like,
I'm gonna post the song. I'm gonna post the
Wait, what instrument does Observer play?
Harmonica.
Plays
Oh
sticks.
my god.
A flute.
a kazoo.
No, he plays the keyboard because he's a nerd.
You're calling him a nerd.
No, because it has no space
There
bar.
it is. There it is. I posted it.
Oh wow. I'm gonna listen to this.
No space bar.
What the fuck is this?
Oh my god.
Australia. They're Australian.
That is amazing.
I have no word.
So
So if you
generic
need
and
any-
lame.
I'm so tired.
So if you need any future Hellgaze material, there you go.
Anyways, wasn't it like Crimson's turn? I think.
Yes.
Dude. Hell yeah.
Hello.
Everybody. Alright, so we're gonna
Barack Obama.
Hello.
God wish you.
Hello. Perish.
God damn it, you
No.
beat me to it. Noah, I mean Adam, did you say hello?
Yeah, wish.
Oh, you slipped.
He
Oh,
did
wow.
I fucked up.
No, please. No.
No, please.
He did it.
It's gotta happen.
You record that.
Do you have that recorded? Please tell me you have that recorded.
You recorded that.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
Yes.
I have that recorded.
Please send it to me.
That's amazing.
Send
I
it right now.
can use this. I can use this to my advantage.
I have it recorded and I can post it sometime.
You called Adam bad now.
No, now we need to compile them. Now we just need to like have the T-posing Slender Man just going, hello.
The T posing senpai. The T posing is the senpai.
Oh.
Oh yeah. I humbly suggest that people who like post content on Tumblr like link back to the original video so more people can find my video. That's one of the things that I've always hated, that people just like they post gift sets and it's awesome, but then like they get viral. Like I remember one of Chris's from Dark Harvest, like his thing with Slenderman peeking from behind a wall, which is like such a cool shot. And it went viral, but he didn't get any credit. Like there was no link to Dark Harvest or anything.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, and I just hate that.
That's messed up.
It pisses me off when people don't credit the like original owner.
Which is very often.
But yeah, I appreciate those who do.
Sadly.
I always, I'll be crediting a lot of people if I'm gonna be making the I Wanna Die memes. Well, yeah, I mean, of course, because I do need some ideas. If you do have any, just DM me.
We're gonna send you the clip of the hello, and you can use that.
Yes, I will isolate that from my video and I will send that to you specifically.
Talking over each other again.
Actually, I realize now that the T-pose, it's not even really a T-pose. It was like hands, like, how do I say this? Like, it was a video of somebody's hands and they were, like, the palms were facing upward and they were, like, lifting, like, but it kind of, you can't tell. It just sort of looks like hands that are, like, outstretched with the palms downward, but that's not what it was. That's when I rendered and I realized, oh, fuck, it looks just like a T-pose, and people are going to say it's a fucking T-pose.
And oh boy, did people say it was a T-pose. Let's see.
It looks good.
It's blessed.
Daddy Rosner pose.
Asserting his dominance.
He's asserting his dominance.
We're gonna move on right down the list, boys.
Yeah.
To Lord.
Yep.
We're after Lockery, so
Yeah.
maybe that we actually. See if they got anything to say. Doesn't look like it's.
No. Was it? Is it in any of the other channels? Like spoiler discussion?
Let's see.
Hello, I'm lost on the boardwalk.
Doesn't look like it.
No,
Hello.
Die.
Is the administrator an animal?
Michael actually has a question, but he was skipped because he, you know, he was up there and stuff.
Go ahead and ask, Corn Boy. Come on.
He says he's just here to listen, so. Look high, I don't know.
Michael's typing a question out.
Yeah.
So
I think so too.
Despacito and White Well.
That made me feel dead inside.
The administrator releases Despacito too.
Dead inside by news.
Hello, Carol. Can I get journal?
No.
When is the hashtag My Immersion 2019 Tiny Chat Revival coming?
So I need
Question.
Please help. I'll do anything.
So, whose turn is it?
Well, that was Michael's question. The answer is yeah. So
Still at this.
I will be, let's see, at... Let's see if, however you pronounce that, has a question.
Are we allowed?
Doesn't look like it.
Are we allowed to like ask side questions while waiting?
Well, it's better if we don't, because then it's
Better if
just
we
gonna
keep it
get
on.
over. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move on. Lumitroid. There you go. Hey, Sonny. They're typing. Where did you learn Adobe? You're meaning to learn it instead of using Vegas.
Yeah, I don't like Vegas. I don't like how you can't scrub in real time. Like you can't scrub with as fast as you can move the mouse. Like at least from my knowledge of when I used it, it just sucks and I don't like it. But when I was in high school, they had like a course on Flash and Photoshop, and I was like way into doing Flash animations back then, so I jumped on that and I just took the class for pretty much 4 years. And while I was there, I did some TV production too and another class, and I just pretty much taught myself because the teachers didn't really, they just taught the super basics, and I just experimented a whole bunch, and I taught myself way more than what they taught me, especially in video production. Like I taught myself my video production because my TV Pro teacher was ass and he didn't do anything. So I mean, I had the program at my disposal and I learned it myself, because like once you know one Adobe program, you pretty much know them all for the most part. Like they all have the same keyboard shortcuts and they all have the same UI. Like user interface is pretty much the same in all of them. So I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory and intuitive if you know how those things work. So yeah, I pretty much taught myself. And you really learn the best when you teach yourself, because you're your own teacher and you don't have to deal with dumb school.
I remember I had a Flash class in high school, and I was teaching for most of it, even though I wasn't the teacher, because it was like the teacher I had.
Oh man, I blew my Flash teacher away with what I made.
Teaching yourself is the best way to learn, after all.
Yeah, that's why I said.
You bet.
Love that quote.
Cool.
So we're gonna just keep
Those are my
moving. Michael 2000. You got
Michael.
Michael.
Has there ever been a time where you find a mistake, like in a video, after you render it?
Yes, actually, this happened this time. With the big that big scare that happens with like where Noah is sandwiched in between Obzi and Mongo Boy. When I rendered it out first at like it was 7 o'clock, I played it back and I realized that sometimes when certain effects are slowed down to an extreme degree, from like 100% to the normal speed, if I slow it down past 20%, when I render it, the audio doesn't come through correctly, and it doesn't sound right. Like it either cuts out completely or the volume is completely down, so you can't hear it. It just doesn't sound good. So when I heard that, I was like, fuck, it doesn't sound good. So I rushed and I realized I'm on my Mac. I didn't know how to record. Like sound, like the built-in sound. So within the span of 15 minutes, I figured it out. Like I downloaded this program, reroute my audio to record the playback of Premiere, because it sounded good when I played it back in Premiere in the timeline, not when I rendered it. So I recorded that, and then I quickly threw it back in, so it sounded as I wanted it to. I threw the recorded clip back in where the audio was, and then I re-rendered it, and it finished rendering like literally like 10 minutes before it was posted. Like pretty much 10:50 it ended, or 10, was it 10:50, or it was around that time it finished rendering. And I wanted to have the video upload at 11:11, but schedule it wasn't allowed YouTube only gives you like increments of 15 minutes. So it was either 11 or 11:15, so I opted for 11. But yeah, that was, there's been multiple. Oh fuck, because I wait till the last minute a lot of the time. Because I'm like that.
It'd be like that.
Because I spend most of my time polishing. Because I love getting it exactly right. If there's something that's off, it's off forever when I post it. So I like getting it as perfect as possible. Even though I know it's like not, I like saying that, you know, it's, you've done enough work, it's fine. But I'm really just talking to myself. Because I know I work too hard on certain things that don't need to be worked so hard on. But they're things that I will notice later on when I replay them and stuff. So I'm gonna get it perfect. So when I see something, when I render it, and I see something, I kind of set myself up for disaster because I render so late. But right when I had to do it to him. When I posted when I render the video, when I see something wrong, it's my biggest pet peeve, I think. So I have to go back in and I fix it. But it happens a lot. Oh wow, nice! You got the other way around.
That was like that was perfect timing.
if you like both post that in a like an image set, I would reblog it.
That's amazing.
I don't know if I should reblog things like immediately because I used to do that, but I realized that people haven't seen the video yet. I might like wait a bit.
Give it like 24 hours.
Yeah, I'll probably leave it at 24 hours. It should give enough time for people to watch it. It's not like HBO. People can watch it whenever the fuck they want.
I think we're gonna have to jump back to.
Oh.
However, the L name.
That name.
Hi, yes.
Look.
First off, thanks for dealing with our bullshit on a daily basis.
No problems. Keeps me on my toes.
I have two questions. One, how did it feel for like the last 5 days or so to just at 11:11 or any time with one in it remotely for us to just have a seizure in the Tribe 12 chat? And,
well, for the most part, I stayed out of it because I had to work. I didn't have time to just fuck around.
And how often do you just look in the Tribe 12 chat? The hashtag Tribe 12.
I scroll through it sometimes. When I guess just randomly I pop in to see what people are talking about.
Let's see what's going on here. Oops. Alright. So we're gonna jump back up to Lookfee for their question. Because I think they're back now, so let me just drop it out real quick.
I missed something.
Is the administrator an Animorph?
Maybe not.
Yeah, he's an Animorph that got stuck in mid-morph. I don't know what he was morphing into.
A spider.
A spider.
Oh god, I hope not.
I suppose.
It's morphin' time.
He's malleable.
Mighty
I
Morphin
need to
Power
make that now.
Rangers.
It is unknown. That's how it should stay.
I think Luckfee's having a problem with the microphone, so let's see if I can type it out real quick. They're gonna type it out, so let's see.
Arachnosona.
No, okay, it's Luckfee's turn. They're typing out their question right now.
The collective, the Ninja Turtles.
They like pizza.
Close enough.
That's close enough.
Dude.
That Noah guy is no good.
If we're being truly honest, Slenderman wasn't really doing a T-pose. He just wanted a hug from Noah Senpai.
Who said that?
Whoa, banned. Whoever said that.
Yeah.
Oh, he can say Noah, but
No, the administrator was just saying you caught a fish that big.
Ban me, I dare you.
Daddy Noah, but no one can say Noah Senpai.
Burn the hair.
It's Daddy Noah.
Well, Noah Senpai.
Say your prayers.
No, stop this
Please
madness.
I have the shield of Adam's endorsement of memes.
I just have a shitty severance symbol.
Aren't they all?
I have my shield. I don't know what you're talking. That's my shield.
Yeah, there it is.
Severance on it.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I did the severance symbol on my hand once. Then it was all the special
Me too.
effect one.
That's just unholy.
I also drew the severance symbol on my hand, except I accidentally did it with Sharpie, and it took me like a month to get off.
Okay, why does it take you a month
I
to
did
get
it with
Sharpie off
fake
when for me it takes 1 day?
If you draw a severance on your hand with Sharpie, you can actually get rid of it with a what's it called? Dry erase marker.
Oh god damn it.
I just use ethanol.
What's that?
I just cut off
Ethanol.
your hand.
Ethanol is.
Ethanol.
Cut your
Don't
loss.
cut off your hand.
Yeah, dude, just cut off your hand. Ethanol is one of the. It's like a. I want to say it's like a.
No, dude, just do what Nimbus did. And,
Question.
this is real.
Hang on.
There.
Alright. So there's a couple things. Let me go back up real quick. Luckfee says, for one thing, I'd like to thank Adam for his series, not only for the entertainment, but also the fact that it generally inspires me to work harder in a creative sense. Their question involves the observation tower, regarding if anyone has ever drawn anything out related to Tribe 12, like on the tower itself, and has any of it ever been amusing for you?
Well, the big tower that they closed off in the nature trail, I was able to go up a few years ago before like Burma happened, and there was a lot of graffiti, but I didn't see anything Tribe 12 related or Slenderman related. There was one thing a few years ago that was on the nature trail or the boardwalk tower. It was like Slendy was here with an operator symbol. If you go up to the top, they've repainted over it several times, but you can still see a few like etchings of where I originally put like the operator symbol like way back.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you did that or not.
Maybe they're not there anymore. You can't tell anymore, but
Early submission stuff. Like, I mean, I just think they painted over it. Potentially.
Wait, no, guys, I figured it out. The collective are the tattooed fighting alien teenagers from Beverly Hills. It all makes sense now.
Oh my god, I hate you.
Okay, moving on with the questions. Next one is Prime banned.
Yeah, Prime's banned.
Prime is banned. We don't do that. No, okay, just joking. Prime, go ahead.
Yeah, you got a question.
So, wait a minute. What was that? Was that the severance session? Was that the quote unquote crash course that Scree promised us?
I suppose.
It didn't seem like it, because like
I don't think I've ever gotten more information. out of a Tribe 12 video. More clear-cut information, I should say.
I agree.
I wanted to have a big episode like this where it's just exposition because
it was all very clear-cut and concise, and I enjoyed that.
You didn't want to pull a J.J. Abrams?
Yeah.
I didn't have enough lens flare.
There's a couple of few like
there wasn't enough explosion effects.
There was a couple of few like random distortion during the conversation. Was that intentional? I mean, like
what distortion?
Any purpose? Yeah.
Wait, which
during
distortion?
During the Noah's conversation.
No, that's all. It's all the distortion is man-made to either cover up like editing cuts or to just be creepy.
Yeah, I always figured that's what they were mainly for.
Yeah. All right, move on.
I will. I think Raisin Brand. Let's see. Yeah, Raisin Brand. I think it's Europe. All right. They said, one, I hope you had a happy Shabbat, and also, what is your opinion on Tribe 12 fan fiction?
I don't have an opinion because I don't read it, so I don't have an opinion.
You are a smart person.
You shouldn't read it. I've seen some shit.
Yes, so have I. I've seen way too much shit.
Let people have their fun. I don't care.
You are so lucky.
You are lucky. You're fucking.
And yeah, if it wasn't Tribe 12, they'd be writing about something else, just like teenagers always have been for like the longest fucking period.
But have you seen the pictures?
Yes. I saw some yesterday, actually.
Unfortunately.
I was looking through EMH stuff, and there's EMH stuff.
Kind of bad. Yeah,
EMH gets it the worst because of Habit, dude.
Yeah.
They love Habit.
Yeah, they love him too much.
The baby.
They love him too much.
Baby eater.
It would have been so damn funny if Habit was at the table, like with Raisin Brand, yeah.
I saw something that was like myself insert riding Habit's true form as we go to fight this Leatherman.
Yeah, look in the pinned messages in
holy
the
shit.
bot spam. That needs to happen. Like the top message, and then there's the one I made.
We're gonna keep this moving. So there was a discrepancy in the names, so it's gonna be Narwhal King will be up next.
Alright, so me and I think it was Cosmic that wanted to ask this. What was your inspiration for starting Tribe 12?
Well, I saw Marble Hornets. Like I was on 4chan like way back in the day on X, and I saw somebody post like, "Look at this," and it was entry 7. It was one where Brian was in the car.
Hey Noah.
And they're just
Hey
talking,
Noah.
and I didn't fucking
I was
see
making
it at first. So I looked again. I like played it again. I realized, oh shit, there's someone standing back there. Freaked me the hell out for like weeks after I like started watching. And after they finished their first season, I went to some friends and like, hey, let's do it. And we filmed some stuff. But I didn't plan on going like way out more than a few episodes, just being like silly. But then I guess people started taking it seriously. So I'm like, you know what, might as well. So I started doing more. And yeah, I guess inspiration wise, I don't know. I wanted to be like spooky and stuff. Like I like ARG stuff, like the Cloverfield ARG and stuff. I like how that felt, and I wanted to do something sort of like not similar, but something that was intriguing enough to have secrets and have people figure things out as I released content.
God, Cloverfield is awesome.
Nowadays, Cloverfield's a little not as good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you enjoy the Netflix original Cloverfield?
It was okay. Wasn't anything special.
What about 10 Cloverfield Lane?
No, that was dope. I like that. It was a good film.
It was a really good.
Nice.
Goodman was a good man.
Yeah, racks you up. Let me see, drop an at in here. There we go. They're typing theirs out. What's been the hardest thing to film in the series so far? You might have answered this already. I can't remember, but
Yeah, I did. But what else was hard? Hardest to film. Well, probably most of the stuff at the boardwalk is just hard to film because there's constantly people walking through, and in the summer it's really hot, sticky, and there's bugs because there's standing water in the summer, and there's some mosquito. It's like a breeding ground for mosquitoes, and there's only like literally like less than an hour of lighting before it gets too bright most of the day, and then for dusk it's like 30 minutes or so that I can film on a normal day. If it's cloudy, I'm lucky, but after that, like after sunset, you're not even supposed to be there, and it gets too dark, and it's just a nightmare to film. There's just people walking through, and
did they?
Sucks. I'm so glad to get
close the boardwalk.
Finish this art. They don't close it, but there's like park patrol, like park rangers that come by. They're like,
I honestly know what you feel like. I was actually gonna do the same thing with a few friends, like not like this, but we were gonna do like a skit, and there's this area in the park that's like kind of like a boardwalk, but and there was always like at least a couple people there, and then we were doing it, and a couple people were just looking at us like what the hell are you guys doing? I'm like, we're doing something, and we're like filming, and they're just like, okay. We all kind of just like freaking got awkward at that point. We never finished the skit, so rest in peace.
I don't know if I had that crackhead on film. I think I have just a little bit like a clip of me trying to film while she's yelling for her dog.
Oh my god, that would be awesome.
Yeah, you should put that in as like an Easter egg or something.
If I can find it, I want to include it somewhere. But she came up to me. I don't know if I was recording or not. But she was like, "What are you filming?" And I'm like, "I'm filming something for school. I'm filming like this nature thing."
Please.
Like, can I be in your film? Can I be in? No, I gotta go. And it was at dusk.
Left something
So I couldn't even salvage that footage. It wasn't good enough.
Oh god.
Alrighty.
Mary Asher too.
All right, who's next? I believe it is Silent Cult Memer. She is next.
Get them potentially. Let's see. Let's see if they're around.
I actually think he went to sleep.
All right. We will move right along to some guy Loki, I believe.
Yo. I'm not that good at thinking of questions, so pancakes or waffles?
Oh, waffles.
But
yes.
Here's the thing, Loki. The most important thing that you're missing is that waffles are just pancakes with abs.
True.
Don't ever say that to Alton Brown.
I need to rethink my life now.
I am very sorry, but I am only the messenger.
I think you should be banned for saying that.
Ban me, I don't care.
My
French toast.
I'm going to die.
It looks like
no, don't Kermit.
Looks like Silent Cult Memer is here, but they're typing their question, so I'm gonna let them do that, and then I'll ask for them.
Oh, it's like 2:00 in the morning, and there's like 50 people here.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I'm
dedication.
very tired.
This is what happened.
I didn't even realize it. There's like only like 3 people.
No, I'm 12 hours ahead of you, so I'm fine.
How are you?
It's 11
Hello.
over here, California.
I'm down under.
How do you stay
All the way
here?
up in Pittsburgh.
Are you in Perth?
2:00 in the morning over here.
I am.
I knew it.
I think they died. Rip.
Okay, sorry about that. My Discord's a piece of shit.
Nice. All right.
Same, honestly.
Go ahead with your question, my dude.
Okay, excuse my awkwardness here, but I just want to say, first off, absolutely thank you for the series. It's absolutely amazing, and it's the main reason I'm into horror today. So, yeah.
I'm honored.
And for my question, will we ever get to see Screeniari in like an actual video and get to hear his voice and all that cool stuff?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Hit with the classified, damn, it'd be like that.
It's just classified. This is like that's like the 1 in 4 thing. That's like one of the main excuses that if there's a public outrage, if they see an unidentified flying object, we use 1 out of 4 excuses: weather balloons, test flight, freaking I forget the other one, and then there's classified information.
Swamp gas.
It'll be
or just like mass hysteria.
Or is it Screeniari's face reveal?
Screeniari is happy they said.
Holy shit, dude. Revealed.
I like to imagine just like when Screeniari shows up, and if he does, it's just like 5 Minecraft YouTubers who sworn.
Screeniari is pita pie.
Did you say pita pie? Like pita bread?
PewDiePie.
I thought you said pita pie. I'm just imagining.
Yeah, now you guys are talking about food. You guys are probably getting me really hungry. I might go snatch a bag of Cheetos or something.
I peed in the car.
Yo,
There we go.
I feel like I got 3 questions, but it's only 2. How's Nimby, and how was it like hanging out with the EMH boys?
Nimby's doing swell. He's still a good boy. EMH boys are swell peeps. Haven't hung out with them in a while though, because just a lot of factors. But yeah, I hang out with the Dark Harvest people more. And,
That's pretty cool.
And Whispered Faith peeps, mainly Lee. Yeah. I guess I see Vinny the most out of all the other EMH peeps.
That's pretty sweet. A while ago I was watching a Hot Diggity Demon panel that happened 5 years ago.
Oh yeah, that was.
And I saw you.
Yeah, I was at his panel.
Crazy.
Where was that?
That was I think it was at SuperCon.
Miami.
Was it Miami? Yeah, it was Miami SuperCon.
Really?
Like 2014 or 15? I don't know.
I haven't watched.
Good shit.
I have a screenshot.
Yeah, and I forgot what I was wearing. I might have been wearing
Don't worry,
my Steam
got
gear, but yeah, I asked him a question. Forgot what it was.
It's 2113. If anybody wants to see it.
Send it in a voice of boss man.
I will do.
Oh, yeah, it was my vest.
Oh, nice.
You look snappy there.
Do you remember what you asked him?
I don't, but I remember one of his answers. I think I either asked him or somebody asked him, like, do you believe that, like, art or talent, whatever, is learned or is it intrinsic? And he said that he believes that it's intrinsic because he said that his mom, like, never drew her in her life, and she just one day picked up a pencil and she drew really well. Or maybe it was him. I don't remember. It was a long time. Oh, it was Animate Miami. It wasn't SuperCon. It was a sort of a side con that's similar.
Alright, cool.
I think I helped run that one. I don't remember.
In that, please.
What?
I like how the old woman to the right is just like, why are you here? Why are you doing this?
What was the timestamp? I don't remember.
21:14.
Haha, 21. Funny number.
Someone stamp that in the comments of the video.
Wow. Night, Cosmic.
See you, Cosmic. Have a good night.
Yeah.
You too, Michael.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I asked him how he like got his talent. Did he train or did he take classes?
Watched a couple cartoons as a kid. Said those are cool. I want to make them, and he did.
He feels a lot like Ren and Stimpy style.
It's the good shit.
He's incredibly talented.
Oh, absolutely.
Night Curse.
Night.
I wonder if he still talks to Aaron.
Oh, I don't know.
You know, he actually asked Aaron if he could be on Game Grumps, and Aaron apparently said no.
Oh. That was the other panel.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we're already that far down the list.
Yeah, who's asking again?
So it's Summer.
Summer?
Murder. Summer says, just want to say thanks for everything. Keep on being you. Do you still plan on moving up north after the series ends, and why?
Well, yes. I mean, right now I'm living up north. I'm visiting right now to get some shots and to visit family before I move. But what I'm planning to do is get everything I need before I move, and then once I move, I'll have everything and like edit there and put it out as I need.
How far north are we talking?
Like New York.
Oh, sweet. Y'all, you'll be closer to me.
I know.
I'm gonna be living in the city.
Yeah, and then
how
you
tough
can
it is
stalk
not to
them
film
for your
live.
entire
Hey, really quick, if you ever come into Western PA and you come across Pittsburgh, you better hit me up right now.
Gilgo's or Gago's time. Turn whatever.
Let's
I am the Gago and go after way.
Okay, so is there anyone who's next?
Yeah, it's Gago's.
The mighty Gago. Let's drop them an at. Let's see what's going on. They might not be.
Third board.
Up they're there.
Third board.
It sounds like something you would hear in a like Sweet Bro comic.
I guess we're gonna end up like making a new trend in the frickin' TDD. It's just third. That's I was literally just about to say that, Azriel. I was just about to fucking say that.
Hey guys, in voice and bot spam, post your age when you found my series.
Okay.
Like what?
I
How
won't be
old were you?
All right, you want to be dead? You want me to be dead ass honest?
Goodness, let's see.
Christ.
Oh, thank God. It's
I'm an old lady, so
I was 10 when I found you.
Trying to find your target demographic.
I've been with TT since like 2012.
Yeah. If anything, when I started watching it, I felt like I was too old.
All right,
The first he says he wants to say how amazing the video was and that he loves your work. And considering how much of your early videos got referenced in the Milo journals, how much is already planned and how much is in the works still? Also, like 6 months ago.
Well, Milo's journal, how I have it written right now is it's not complete yet, but I have a rough skeleton of all the entries that I want from now until the end. And yeah, they all factor into the videos and some other things. And they all tie together nice. Just like I've been going back to box analysis, and I've been taking those the phone that Noah recovered, and I've been getting everything out of there and giving every single, as much as I can, every single asset that he recovered. I'm giving it meaning, every picture, every audio clip, and I've been wanting to do that for quite a while. Now I have reason to. And it's coming towards 2008, so you'll see some new stuff. That's very relevant.
Can't wait.
Cool. Some interesting revelations. Every single entry. I try to make entries so that like they're not filler. I wanted to have the filler in the very beginning when he's a babby. Like I played a game today. Oh, that's great.
Bring it back around to.
Oh, god damn it, Gago.
Zymorn is up next.
All right, Zymorn.
Okay, first, I just want to say I'm sorry about how I sounded in the in-game tweet. I don't normally sound like that. I was just trying to play along.
What?
Holy shit, they died, dude. Rip.
Hello?
There we go.
My mic glitched. Did you guys hear anything from me?
I heard it. He was asking about how he was apologizing about his endgame tweet.
What tweet? I didn't see it. I don't know which tweet you're talking about.
He probably gets like thousands of tweets, so you have to be more specific on that.
Don't sweat it, man.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know which tweet you mean.
Where I told Noah to grow a pair, basically.
Oh, Noah probably didn't see it because I didn't see it.
Well, anyways, my question is, what has been your most favorite thing to film?
Favorite thing to film? I gotta look back through this whole archive in my head of film. I think my favorite thing to film was probably The Order. That whole video is super fun. Just get everyone together and just film it. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, getting people together is really fun. Hey, like right now.
Just worked out so nicely. I got like 30 so people together of some other series too. And yeah, we had some EMH people there. We had Dark and some other, I think we had Marissa from Tulpa Effect there. It was just, we had a lot of people and it was fun.
Nice.
It was fun.
I love
All right, Adam, time to ask yourself a question.
Yeah, Adam. Whoever this Nimbus guy is, I think he question.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's your turn, Mr. Nimbus.
Reflect.
Question for Rosner.
I don't have a question. When is the next video coming out? Oh, I can't tell you that. Okay, thanks.
Basically, probably going to be like 25% of the fandom.
Yeah, that's the picture.
No, it's
that's
turn.
Oh, nice.
That was a fun time.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Looks like it. Look at all you.
I just see like the dude on the bar right. There's this dude with like a thumbs up, and he's just staring into your soul. He's like, it's like the second to the last guy on the right, and he's in the back. I think Noided actually just went AFK.
Yeah, they did. Rip.
Wait,
Oh shit.
go there, Mister.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Cinder.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I didn't think we'd get this far.
Well, you thought wrong.
Let's see. I have to say, after watching Rendezvous, just seeing, having been a part of this verse for as long as I've been, I've definitely seen just creators from every series just growing in their work, and the amount of growth I've seen with Tribe 12 has just been like exponential, and I'm really honestly just like it's gonna sound really weird, but I'm really like I'm proud of how far you've come.
Thank you.
Just as
I'm proud of
far as-
myself. I never thought I would ever get to this point in my creative endeavors where not only am I able to put out whatever I want in terms of vision, but I mean I can do it. Like I have no reservation.
And
able
it's
to do something. I can just I can do that.
Yeah, and it's always really nice to see that kind of growth, just following series from the beginning.
It was so cool because when I was younger, and Marble Hornets was doing their thing, and I was like, wouldn't it be cool if there was some dude who like had the know-how and the special effects like know-how to do like cool stuff. And I realized later on that, oh shit, that's me now. I was that guy. I became that guy.
Firebrand be like.
It's definitely. I just that was just the premise of one of the things I wanted to say was just kind of. It's always very. It's just incredible to me seeing the progression of like the obvious like skill progression as you're going through the series, and Rendezvous was definitely no exception to that. It was probably one of, if not the best videos, just editing wise, that I've seen.
Thank you. It's weird because in my head, like I think that it's just going to be a video. It's not going to be anything special. And then people come to me saying, "Oh, this is the best one yet," and I just think to myself, I'm like, "It's not the best one yet. I think it's good enough to the point where I can maintain that goodness factor."
And I think it kind of ends up being like we're our own worst critics.
That's very true.
Because it's to other people, especially like me being an outside view on the series that you're creating, it just seems like every video that comes out is topping the last one. And it's just this constant just arcing curve that just keeps going up. It keeps getting better every new video.
We have to agree. Literally every video ahead of Submission 1 surpasses Submission 1.
Well, I definitely.
A few of them are not as good.
I definitely do feel like your effects are getting better in every video.
Yeah,
like, I don't think that's a stretch.
There's
I hate myself because I didn't realize that I can do 3D motion tracking since 2013 when I got my Mac Mini and CS6. I couldn't do it in CS3. I always did like just the regular motion tracking that was available.
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh shit, it comes native. It comes standard with CS6.
3D tracking is.
And then I just tried it out. And I was like, oh my god, I can make this happen super quick and make it look better. Like the whole scene with where Noah's stuck between a rock and a hard place, and I never thought I could make it look that good.
There's always it's just that's just one of the things. Before I get to my actual question, because this is getting long-winded, it's always really incredible seeing the growth of creators, just effects-wise, cinematography-wise, just the resources that they use when they're putting their things together. It's always incredible. So I guess my question is twofold. Firstly, what let me think. How do I phrase this? For the next video, how much of it do you think you'll be drawing on labyrinth illusions?
You mean like the movie?
The movie, or even just like the Greek myth, or just like the concept of a labyrinth in general. Like how much of those concepts are going to be playing into the
What do you mean by Greek myth of labyrinth?
the like the labyrinth that contained the
The labyrinth and the Minotaur
in Greek myth. I don't know if you've read that one.
Oh wait, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it's essentially like
The Minotaur.
Wait, explain it to me because I think I know.
So there's a Minotaur, or there was a Minotaur in Greek myth that was sealed in a labyrinth by that was built by a man named Daedalus, who is also the father of Icarus, who flew into the sun. And Daedalus built the labyrinth to keep the Minotaur in so that it couldn't escape. And the way the myth goes is that I want to say his name is Theseus, was essentially called on to go into this labyrinth and slay the Minotaur.
What did the Minotaur do to anybody?
The Minotaur is the king and queen's son, but the queen was tricked. I don't know by which god into having
Aphrodite.
sex. Oh, yeah, into having sex with a bull.
Yeah.
And then that's the Minotaur.
How do you trick someone into having sex with a bull?
With
Gods of
Okay.
beings.
Okay. Yeah. Let's move on. I guess
that's the whole myth. So I guess
it sounds vaguely familiar.
That was like how much of how like for labyrinth concepts, how much will you be drawing on things like that? I guess for the
well, I have some illusions that I still have to draw upon, and I will. So you'll see.
For sure. All right. Second question. Collab bro. new Prime corporate video win. We should call.
Oh man. Shit, I got so wrapped up in Tribe 12 that I totally forgot. I like listening more than I like making.
Yeah,
I don't have the capabilities to make music right now.
This is more of a joke question, but I'm just
I know Chris really wants me to make, because Chris is like he makes vaporwave stuff.
You're doing quite the opposite. That
I made one collab with him, and that's the one song I made, and I want to make. I don't have a. I only have Audition, and I don't know. It's not meant for that kind of thing, and it's rough. Yeah. It's hard. I made my first song in Premiere. Like I like that user interface so much that I just used it, and I can't make a good product yet, and I don't think I'll get any better unless I get a better program. So I'm not that invested.
Yeah, I feel you. All right, that was me again. Thanks. I'm really, really proud of the progress that you've made.
No props. Thanks for staying. Hanging out.
Guys, Narwhal is gonna go to sleep soon when we loop again, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be up like all night, so.
Can anybody record?
I can get my OBS set up, but I can't guarantee it'll work the entire way.
That's fine, I guess.
I mean, I can try. I mean, I can get it set up like really quick at least, but I'm not sure because I need to like calibrate.
Yeah, he's only recording audio, so.
Oh, okay. So I might be able to fix that because it's calibrated to like my Ableton Live because I was live streaming earlier on this week.
Neat.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, I'll let you know when it's recording.
All right.
All right, we're gonna move on to Mr. Know-It-All.
Yeah. So for this, it's actually pretty interesting because I have an individual question that I would like to ask most importantly, but I also have a list of questions with that most important question in it. Should I post a list, then you can choose like which one you want to answer, or should I just ask the one?
I guess just ask the most important one.
This is like a question about the boardwalk. It isn't so much about how it works or anything. I just want to know where it is. Like, is it in Palaca, Tampa? Where?
It's in Southwest Florida.
Okay.
How huge is this VC? I saw on my phone how many people there were in here, and I just ran to my computer with my pants off to confirm that my phone isn't glitching out. Holy shit.
Holy shit, Aviator.
Honestly, I'm gonna be real with all of you guys. Like, I'm honestly very fucking.
I can record from here on out.
All right, thank you, because
If you guys
my
still need
OBS had to install. But like I was saying, I'm honestly so damn surprised that, like, I don't know how many people are in here, like 15, maybe 20. There's 20 people in here, and yet this is like one of the quietest calls I've ever been in.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, this is
Yeah, we're trying to be respectful.
this is like the most chill conversation like ever. I'm really happy with the way this is going.
Everybody just wants to be respectful, you know?
But to be honest, we had to kind of take action as well because before it was literally a mess.
It was a shit show for sure because everyone
Yeah.
even myself included. I'm not gonna leave myself out because goddamn, I was in the midst of it all. We were all just shit posting, and I had just made like a shit ton of memes.
I think it's
Well,
like
don't
chaos
jinx us.
theory, where like any VC that goes above 10 people just runs into shit posting, no matter what, unless something is done about it.
And then you're also talking about a person who makes a pretty popular series, so.
Real quick, if we're done with the first loop.
Subscribers in any series that's active right now, so.
Real quick, if we're done with the first loop, I'm gonna stop recording and go to sleep now. Adam, it was really nice to actually talk to you. You all have a good night.
Good night.
Night, man. You gotta complete